Sorry about the hat, man. I didn't realize you were coming in today, Calais.
He's lying.
He's representing the U.
You know what, Calais? He's lying. He did this purposely, man. He wanted to mess with you.
He wanted to throw it up, huh? He want to get started in here. But y'all handle y'all business represented for the ACC, so I'm going to go ahead and rock with it. As long as it lasts, I know it's about to break up.
I would think you'd appreciate that kind of physicality from Florida State.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
It was.
Calais Campbell is here with us. Brother, thank you, first of all. We all know you had choices in the offseason, and I know you've talked a lot about this. But for our listeners, and we are the station for the Atlanta Falcons, and a lot of people listen, and they want to know, you said there were many reasons you chose Atlanta. We just had Coach on. I know you're good with Grady. What was the message? Like, because where you are, and I talked to guys in Baltimore, they're like, yo, Calais can still play, man. He's still getting it in, and you had options.
Oh, yeah, they're about to find out real soon now. I can definitely still play. I still got the juice. They're about to find out real soon.
So what was it that they sold you on to come here?
Honestly, I answered the phone not knowing, Coach Smith was going to call me. Somebody said they gave me my number, but I was actually expecting a different call. And so I just answered the number I didn't know, because normally I don't answer numbers I don't know. But, Coach Smith was on the phone, and he was like, hey, man, it's Art Smith, from the Falcons. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know who he is. I mean, he was, I competed against him enough, had to go against them tough O-lines, back when he was in Tennessee. When I was in Jacksonville, we used to battle. And I always respected the way, because, I'm a student of the game, and I really try to get any advantage I can get watching tape. But with him, it was always hard, because, he'll Tennessee breakers, he'll mess with you. He'll mess with your eyes. And so you have to really be real disciplined. And I love that, because, it made my job harder. So I respected him always from the beginning. And so when he called, I was just talking to him, and we had a genuine conversation. And I was just like, wow, that was a good conversation. It was like tough, 15, 20 minutes. Like, it was like, wow, And he was just kind of explaining to me how they were really interested in bringing me here. And he wanted me to take a visit, so I talked to my agent afterwards, and I was like, yeah, maybe we should go check him out, because a lot of teams wanted me to come in and actually, do a visit, and I didn't really want to do a visit. So I'm like, man, come on, you know what I can do. Like, what do you want me to come in the building for,
You know who I am.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, watch the tape. It's year 16, the biggest thing you want to know if I still got it, if I'm out of shape or something. But, come on, I work. So I wasn't really, wanting to take any visits, but because it was a place I wasn't so familiar with, I wanted to come in and okay, let me just take a visit and see what it's like. And I'm glad I did, because when I came in the building and just got around the guys, I sat down and had dinner with, Coach Smith and Terry Fontenot. And dinner was just cool. We just had a good conversation, just, a lot of just, natural, bond, you could just feel like, wow, they're just really good dudes. And, then the next day I came into the building, and, I got to sit down and meet all the coaches, and I really liked, the conversation I had with Coach Nelson was
legit.
That was icing on the cake. That was like, okay, we got to, I could see his passion. I could see his vision, and, how he wanted to use me, where he felt like, what I can do for the team, and I think that's a big part of it too, is a lot of, when you get a little older, you're not sure how people want to use you. How do they see you? Do they see me as a guy that's like a voice in the locker room and just a guy that can be some pass rush on third down? Or do you see me as a guy that can still affect the ball game? And, they made me feel like, coming here, I could be one of the difference makers that could help us get over the top, and I like that feeling. I like feeling like, hey, you're wanted, they know what you can still do. They watch the tape, they see it, they're not just trying to bring you in to be, a leader, a vocal leader, or anything like that. They want you to come in and be a dog. And that's just who I am. So, I love that mentality, and I love how you want to use me. And honestly, another appealing thing was playing true to the end, because I've always wanted to play true to the end. I don't know how many people really know that. I've always wanted to play true to the end. And I
3-4-ish.
Yeah, I had a bad combine. I showed up out of shape. It wasn't like it was my fault. I showed up out of shape, and I had a bad combine. So people were like, well, maybe he can't play DN. He's a little slow, but I was 30 pounds overweight just off of being a young kid. Whatever. It is what it is. And so most of the teams are like, okay, maybe he's probably more interior. And so, but then you're young. I just want to get on the field. Put me in the field anywhere. Let me play ball. I'm going to play ball. And I did well, and so, they made me a 3-4, DN, D tackle. And I embraced it, because, that's the way to get on the field and ball. And I had a lot of success. So, I rock with it. And they're always looking for guys who can play the run and pass rush. It's hard to find interior guys who can pass rush and play the run, And so, I embraced that and made a bunch of money, had a lot of success. And it was, all right, cool. But then back in the day, Jacksonville called and told me I could play true DN. I was like, okay. Yeah. And I've been telling my coaches all the time, like, I can play true DN if you give me the opportunity. And I had a couple games of, run heavy teams, back in the day, and they had those double-headed monsters and stuff that let me play on the edge. And I would ball, get sacks, set the edge, line tackles for loss, ball. And then, Jacksonville, obviously, I went out there and, averaged 10 sacks a year,
Crushed
3 straight Pro Bowls,
Yeah.
All Pro. The Pro Football Writers, Defense Player of the Year, it was great. I was like, man, I've been telling y'all, one of my teammates was like, bruh, I know you always said you could play DN, but I didn't really believe you. But wow. And so, then I got traded to Baltimore and it was back inside. And that was cool because, to me, I put me on the field anywhere and I'm a ball, but then I got another opportunity to come out back on the edge, and I just feel like it's another opportunity to show them I can still do it.
It's Calais Campbell with us, guys, live on Dukes and Bell at Falcons headquarters. We haven't had a free agent with your kind of resume, 6-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Player of the Year, since Dwight Freeney came here, the year we went to the Super Bowl. I know you said in the conversations that, you want to play. Not everybody wants to be a mentor, but are you cool with that role? Because the younger players seem to feed off your energy.
That's who I am as a whole. Like, I love to share my knowledge, and I had great, vets when I was young that did the same thing with me. So this is kind of how I was raised. What's the point of taking it with you, And I don't know how much longer I got. This might be it, So, I definitely try to love on the younger guys. That's important to me. So, like, the mentorship is going to be natural. Anybody who's ever been around me knows, like, hey, if I see anybody with, and I can see a way to help them, I'm gonna speak. And I think a lot of times, coaches, they've been really good with me speaking up in meetings, and trying to, give a player perspective from the same thing they're coaching and teaching, and just trying to get them a different understanding. And then on the field, that's where you really kind of get the best because you can, like, in between, when the offense is up, we can work on stuff, and even after practice, before practice, just work on little things that, carries over. You got, obviously we got our individual player, you got coach, what he's teaching, and I just kind of add to it. So, but the mentorship has always been important to me.
You've played on a lot of really good defenses. What we got? What we got?
Man, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. You kind of want to keep things kind of like, you don't want to let the cat out the bag.
But I'm just like, come on now. What we got?
But
you feel it?
I saw in Coach Nelson's eyes, I love the way he explained and broke down the way we were going to play defense. And then I saw the moves, that were made to make sure that we can do that at a high level. And, bringing Jesse Bates in, bringing Caden Ellis, those guys, like, you turn on the tape, they show up consistently. I was in a division with Jesse Bates. And so I saw it, firsthand, and I know Joe Burrow gets a lot of love and he's worthy of the love.
Right.
But them playoff runs, that was a defense. They beat us last year. That was a defense. When I was, Baltimore, that defense won the game, and Jesse was a big part of that. And that's why you see he's a captain now, because he's a natural born leader. Just he carries himself a certain kind of way that people gravitate towards. I know that feeling because I've been that guy.
Yeah.
And so, but our defense is gonna be good. We're gonna be real good. I play a little fantasy football with my boys. My brothers and my best friends. And it's funny because, like, they never let me get my defense. I got to fight hard for it. And it's like, because they know what time it is. I see it. And I know. I tell them, hey, our defense is going to be special. We'll handle business. I don't know what we're going to do. You just got to go out there and do it. But I know that the work we put in, the guys we have, and the techniques and the way we're coached, there's no excuses.
We've told our listeners, because they read the national stuff, and I say they just don't know what we've got. They don't, because they can't quantify it. The way our offense is going to work with running backs that play like wide receivers and tight ends that play like wide receivers. What do you think of the talent on the offensive side?
Yeah, we have playmakers. Get the ball in their hands and let them make plays. And, it's like, I've experienced what he can do, from having weapons and, like, just, making it hard on you. We put so many different personnels on the field and do so many different things that teams have to prepare for everything, which slows them down. You can prepare for many more things that you can never really kind of become an expert at anything. You have to kind of, just, we have to work all this stuff. And at the end of the day, we're coming downhill. We're coming downhill, different bodies, different people, but we're coming downhill and we're going to make a lot of plays. And then, I love to see the growth that Dez had throughout camp, and I can't wait to just see him on the field, see him get his confidence even higher because he, success brings confidence. And, I feel like, you don't want to say too much because you don't really, want to overdo you. I'd rather under-promise, over-deliver,
Yeah. Right.
but I feel like I have a really good feeling about the season.
Well, you've been around a long time, bro. That's why I'm asking. Like, I've been around a lot of teams, and guys are like, right, and then I've been around teams that are like, we gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And I want to get your advice. I got to share this with you. Our listeners are listening. They love hearing you. Dude, love the vibe, Dukes and Bell. Calais Campbell, he's on one. I love this. They want you back more. They're already loving you here in the ATL. And I got to keep it real with you because Mike and I, we were on the air the day we signed you.
Right.
And we were like, yeah, Calais Campbell, cool. How much? And we were like, how much is he going to play? And I think you've kind of answered this because we were like, is he coming in? Is he playing limited snaps? What's the deal? You're telling us you want to be on the field, and that's what the expectation is.
Oh, yeah. I love this game. I love this game.
Okay.
Now, we rotate. We're going to do like the hockey change on the D-line. We're, go as hard as you can go for 3 plays, rotate out. Hard as you can go for 3 plays, rotate out. And, we've been practicing that. But, I think, when big moments come up and everything like that, you get a little more reps. But, yeah, man, I want to be on the field as much as possible.
Okay.
But at the same time, I know I'm a little older, so I got to rotate out. There was times where I used to play 85, 90% of snaps. Now I feel like I'm more like 60, 50, 60, but I could give you a quality, 30 plays a game and dominant. Dominant.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, we said Christmas came early for Grady when we signed you, man. Because I think, and by the way, how's your relationship with Grady?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's great. And I told him, I was like, yo, hey, I'm gonna pump you up because I know we're a smaller market, but Grady's about to have a monster year. He can have that DPOY year, and a nose tackle, But the system and the way he works and how smart he knows just how to take advantage of the moments that the system gives him. And man, I think he's have a monster year. DPOY kind of year.
Let's hope so, man. Calais, thank you so much. We appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Love the energy, man.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right.
Yes, sir. ATL, stand up, baby.
ATL, stand up. We'll see you Sunday, bro.
All right.
Congratulations on being here, and good luck this season. Calais Campbell, guys.
He'll be the biggest dude on the field. For folks who did not come out to practice, you cannot miss this dude.
Appreciate it, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't get
excited from hearing that, I don't know what to say to you.
I don't know what to tell you.
I know we live in a world where people are jaded or on the fence with this team. Get on, but you know what? This is your last day of we'll give you one more day of amnesty to get on the Falcon bus.
I don't know what to tell you.
Right now.
Did you hear him, Mike? He was like, we're going to be all right.
Dude, how do you not? I mean,
come on, man.
And he's a beast. And as we see, and I said what I said about Freeney. I think it's the same vibe. Freeney had the same impact on this team.
Is it Sunday yet?
I know.